Beer here back at the Fantasy Bar. 6 plays for you for Wednesday night, including a couple of my favorite value plays. What high-end starting pitcher I think you need to spend up on? A power bat. I want you to get in those lineups. And what is my favorite stack and play of the night? Belly up to the Fantasy Bar and find out. Welcome in, guys. Wednesday edition Beers Daily Fantasy Six-Pack. Good to be back here once again in the friendly confines of the Fantasy Bar, checking out 6 of my favorite plays fresh off the tap for Wednesday night. Thank you, as always, for stopping by the Fantasy Bar and checking out the video. Now, before we get into the plays, a couple things. As always, hit that thumbs up button on YouTube. Helps us out tremendously. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, get the notifications, and also, for all of your sports betting needs, guys, go and check out scoresandodds.com/beer. Link in the description of the video. Tons of information. Why not arm yourself with more information, whether you're new to sports betting or a seasoned veteran, the ability to look across all the sports books, see all the different odds, get the best price on the game you're looking at, or premium picks from a ton of your favorite experts to make life easy on you. Again, link in the description of the video. Go and check it out today at scoresandodds.com/beer. All right, let's get into the games for tonight. Excited here to get going. Weather doesn't look like much of a concern outside of maybe some rain in Baltimore. Should be a fun night of MLB DFS. Now, let's start with one of those value plays I talked about in the open with outfielder Andrew Vaughn of the White Sox. Now, love getting guys like this with big-time upside at prices under $3K on DraftKings. We get the same on FanDuel, but DK, rarely do you get values like this at this kind of price, so let's take advantage of it here tonight in this matchup with Kansas City. Vaughn been solid against lefties this season. 274 ISO, so solid power there. 364, the weighted OBA. Been very good against fastballs as well. Now, Bubic's going to throw that almost 50% of the time on average to righties, so going to see a lot of fastballs. 435 WOBA and a solid 364 ISO against that pitch as well. Bubic just had some struggles with righties. You see the hard contact on the screen. Also a 349 weighted OBA. So Vaughn just simply too cheap. Big time upside in this bat. Get him in those lineups to save some money so we can spend up at other places. So let's do that right now. Let's spend some money. Let's stay in the outfield with Aaron Judge of the Yankees. So Judge been very good against righties. Oh, righty on righty here. 372, the weighted OBA. Solid 245 ISO. We know power, the name of the game with Aaron Judge. Another guy that hits fastballs extremely well. Won't see as many as we get with the sample with Bubic against righties, but Walker's going to use that around 38% of the time against righties. 447 WOBA and a big 385 ISO for Aaron Judge. So Walker decides to use a fastball. Probably bad news, and Walker has struggled mightily with righties this season. 356 WOBA. The number that jumped off the page, though, 297, the ISO. So giving up a ton of power to right-handed hitters, which we know that's Aaron Judge. Also an alarming 54% hard contact rate, letting the ball get in the air as well. 38% fly ball rate. Everything lining up here for Aaron Judge to have a big night against Michael Walker. All right, more value here for you. Offset some of that cost of Aaron Judge with second baseman shortstop Brendan Rodgers of the Rockies. Now, 2 games into this series with the Angels, and Rodgers absolutely been on fire. Home runs in both games, has scored 4 runs, averaging 18.5 DraftKings points per game so far in the first 2 games. So the Angels ready for this team and Brendan Rodgers to leave town, but lucky enough for us, we get another game here tonight, and a guy that's been very good against lefties. Now, obviously a very limited sample here, but showing a ton of power and potential. 389 ISO and a 439 WOBA. All that despite a 259 batting average on balls in play. So yes, it's a limited sample, but that sample could be even higher here. Haney, power mix. We talk about it a lot. Fly balls, hard contact rate. That leads to home runs. Over 40% in the fly ball rate and approaching 50% in the hard contact rate. Brendan Rodgers and the Rockies in a good spot here tonight against Andrew Haney. All right, we gave you value there so we could spend up on the mound with starting pitcher Lucas Giolito of the White Sox. So Giolito been solid over his last 3 starts, and that last one against Milwaukee, not great, but even with that start mixed in, this guy's averaging 25 DraftKings points a game over the last 3. Solid 32.5% strikeout rate in his career against current Kansas City Royals bats. And we're talking about over 180 at-bats, so a very large sample here We know Giolito has huge strikeout upside. When we look at this Royals lineup, 6 of the projected starting bats, 21% or higher strikeout rate against righties, and 4 at 26% or higher here. In Kansas City, just a very punchless lineup against righties. Look at all the major stats: ISO, WOBA, WRC+, bottom 10 in all of those categories. 27th in ISO, 21st in WOBA, 23rd in WRC+. So I realize Giolito been a roller coaster this season, but the upside is massive. The price is under 10K here. I'm potentially the highest scoring pitcher on the slate in a good matchup. Sign me up for that every day of the week. Loving me some Lucas Giolito tonight against the Kansas City Royals. All right, let's get back to the bats. More power here at first base with Rhys Hoskins of the Phillies. So Hoskins swinging a good bat right now. Hits in 8 of his last 10 or more DraftKings points down 4 of the last 5. So been very productive here of late. Also been very productive against lefties this season, as we know. 248 ISO, solid 370 weighted OBA, and a big 49% hard contact rate for him as well. And you guys know by now, I love to pick on some Patrick Corbin. Has had a very rough season against righties. 375 the WOBA allowed, giving up power as well. 220 the ISO, and a 43% hard contact rate. Hoskins swinging a good stick, gets a good matchup here. Let's not overthink it. Let's get him in those lineups on both FanDuel and DraftKings. All right, it's time to take a look at my favorite play for Wednesday night. But before we do that, we want to continue our Beast of the Night contest. Very simple, very easy, and absolutely free to play. All you have to do, get in the comment section right below the video and get fantasy points on DraftKings for my highest scoring hitter of the 5 hitters I'm going to give you. All I need is the fantasy points there. Closest guess will win themselves a free 3-day pass to RotoGrinders Premium or a free RotoGrinders t-shirt. While you are there, give me your favorite play tonight. Who's your beast of the night? Chime in here in the comment section. Let's talk some Wednesday night baseball. All right, let's wrap this baby up. My favorite play for Wednesday night, you know him as the beast of the night. All right, Beast time, and I promised you a stack. We're going to do that right now, and we're going to double up on our Philadelphia Phillies. We're rolling with Andrew McCutchen, tonight's Beast of the Night. So McCutchen, like his teammate Hoskins, really swinging a good bat right now. Home runs in each of the last 2 games. In fact, he's gone yard 4 times over his last 9. Been even better than Hoskins against lefties this season. WOBA over 420 here. ISO at 327, and hits the sinker very well. That is Patrick Corbin's primary pitch to right-handed hitters. We're talking about a solid 310 ISO and an off-the-charts 559 WOBA for Andrew McCutchen against that pitch. We already talked about Patrick Corbin and his struggles with right-handed hitters, giving up a lot of power, giving up that big WOBA, giving up a lot of hard contact. I love the Phillies stack here tonight, and Andrew McCutchen easily my favorite play on the board and tonight's Beast of the Night. All right, guys, that wraps up here for Wednesday night in the Fantasy Bar. Any comments, questions, feedback, hit me up right below the video in that comment section. Let's talk Beast of the Night. Let's get your guess for Beast of the Night. Fantasy points on DraftKings in there for my highest scoring hitter. Anything you guys want to talk about, that comment section is there for you. And also follow me on Twitter at Beermakersfan. And while we're talking Twitter, make sure you follow at DFS OGs Pod. Notorious Head Chopper and myself going live today, Wednesday, every Wednesday, in fact, talking everything in the sports world, having some fun. Check it out. Go follow that Twitter account and look for the live show today. Going to try to answer some questions as we go along as well, but go over and support the pod today. Looking forward to another show with those guys later this afternoon. All right, guys, that'll do it here for Wednesday in the Fantasy Bar. Again, make sure you've hit that thumbs up button, the subscribe button, and you've checked out scoresandodds.com/beer. For RotoGrinders.com, I am Beer saying salut, guys. Best of luck. Hope to see you later for the podcast, but go kick some butt tonight, and we'll see you.
Hey, thanks for checking out our videos. If you want more expert advice on DraftKings, FanDuel, or any other daily fantasy sports, make sure you check out the current videos playlist